Hey everyone, welcome back to Comic Book Theater. Jay here with another short trek review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the seventh short trek, which is titled Ask Not. This one is again another Star Trek Discovery slash Pike Enterprise um, trek, and we started off with a starbase is under attack, and there's an engineer whose name is Cadet Sidhu. Um, we see a person being brought in. You got this like weird like iron mask like type thing covering them. The two security officers are bringing the person in. The person's wearing a yellow command shirt, so we know that it's like a command person. But they say that this person um tried to make a mutiny, and due to deck 4 being out, they can't get to the brig. So this cadet has to watch this person, and they didn't want anyone else on the ship to see him because it would be bad for morale. I mean, on the base to see him because it would be bad for the morale. So they take off the helmet, which is really cool. I love how they did it. It just held like this device up, and all these little shards just went flying back into it. And you see, after they leave, we see that the person is, of course, Pike. Um, which is kind of obvious. We knew it was going to be Pike when we seen him. But and Pike tells the cadet right away. He goes into Captain mode and is like, because the cadet is shocked, says Captain Pike. And he's like, cadet, the Bowman's under attack by the Tholians, and you know, the admiral didn't want me to do anything, but I couldn't help. I had to break an order, and now I'm being reprimanded for it, and I gotta go out there. I gotta fight them. I gotta save the Bowman. The Bowman's crew needs to be saved. And then talks while they're talking, and that's like, no, you gotta stay there. Sit down, Captain. You're not captain anymore. Your orders are meaningless. And it's going a little bit back and forth with them. And he says, about how you have family aboard there. And she says, yes, my husband and I both applied for the Enterprise. He got the Bowman, and I was denied. And as an engineer. And he's like, yeah, well, your husband right now is safe, but if you want him to stay alive, you have to let me go so I can, keep the crew alive, get them out of there, and get the Tholians off of our backs, because they'll come after me and the Enterprise. And she's like, no, you have to sit down. And he's like, well, statue, blah, 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 quoting off some precedents of her being able to let him go or put him back in command and all this. And she sticks firmly to what her orders were. Keep him in there. Don't let him out. And Captain Pike just starts to go towards the door, and she pulls out a phaser and is like, don't make me do this. Get back in here, sit down. And that's when it's revealed, takes off the cuffs, shuts down the simulation, everything stops, and we find out that it was all just a test to see if she would put the needs of Starfleet above anything else, which is really cool way of working in the title. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask not what Starfleet can do for you, but what you can do for Starfleet. So I really like that little nod there. But it was really cool. I liked it. And at the end, we find out that she's brought abroad the Enterprise. She becomes an engineer, and he leads her. And before he goes, she says, "Captain, I just had to ask, was that phaser real, or was it, just part of simulation? Like a fake phaser or something?" And he just smiles and walks away. He says, "I'll see you later around." And said, a cadet. So I thought this was a really good one. Actually, this is my favorite one out this year's short trek so far. I like this one the best so far because I felt like it was the most in line with what Star Trek is about. It had the science, it had the morality, it had everything. Like it had even some action in there because of the simulated attack. But I really liked that. I thought it was really nice. We got a little cameo from number one and Spock thrown in there, which was really nice. And I could see where these would be a test for a Pike series. Again, out of the three though, this one is far superior for me. I felt like it was less of a joke, less of you know, tongue in cheek. This one was a more serious tone of what we could see aboard an Enterprise series, a Pike Enterprise series. So I really like this. I would give this one 4.5 stars. Combat just out of 5. Um, and I say, check this one out. This one is again better than the other two, but we did get a little sneak peek at the other two that are coming up next month. Next month, December 12th, I believe it's going to be. And they look great. The animated stuff, I like it so far. It's just very little. They gave us just like boom, a dot of it, But I'm already digging it. I like what I saw, so I'm going to be back to review those and check out the other stuff on the playlist. There's going to be little Windows things here, to cards here, so you guys can check those out. But yeah, be sure to come back. I will be reviewing that. I'll also be reviewing every single episode of Star Trek Picard. So if you want to come chat every week after Star Trek Picard, please join me for that. And until then, live long and prosper.